Hi guys, welcome back to my blog this week. Thanks for joining me. This week I am going to do a quick revision on, or let you know, should I say, about my weekly obsession, and then we're going to get into a reader's question again about the differences of self-tanners. So this week my weekly obsession is my fancy berry medley, frozen berries and fruit. I get it once again from Trader Joe's, but you can get these types of frozen fruit anywhere at any supermarket, and they're awesome. I have been working out, hence also why I look like I have a stiff neck, because I do. I hurt myself working out, really stupid, but I love making a protein shake. So I'll basically just take some protein, throw in some frozen berries and some milk and blend it up, and it's an awesome, awesome breakfast. So that's been my obsession for quite a while now, but a lot of people think that frozen fruit isn't as good as fresh fruit. And that's not true. As long as there's no added sugars, most of the time frozen fruit is flash frozen at the scene or at the place where the fruit is harvested. And so all that freshness is frozen in right then and there, instead of having to pick the berries not as ripe and then ship them all around the country. So you should give frozen fruit a chance, definitely. So you know, go and check out. I even had frozen mangoes the other day, and you guys know how I feel about mangoes, but they're a great way to store frozen fruit. Get your fruit, veggies and fruit allotment for the day, and they taste yummy, especially since I don't like breakfast, so I'm trying. Anyways, my question for today came from a reader, and this is something I actually have been wanting to go over with you guys too. This reader wrote in and said that she always gets a spray tan, but her friend swears by a self-tanning mousse. And she said, you know, I want to know which one's best. So, and this was from Sally. So Sally, there's not really one that's best or better over another. There's lots of different types of self-tanners or spray tanners out there. And so it really just depends on your skin type and what feel you prefer. So for instance, lotions, self-tanning lotions tend to feel more moisturizing on the skin, have a little bit more slip and glide, and they tend to be able to blend really easily. So you can keep kind of moving the self-tanner around the skin. When it comes to mousses, mousses tend to be very light in formulation and dry really fast, which could be a good thing if you know what you're doing, because then you don't have to kind of walk around the house for a few minutes until the product dries before you get dressed. So tends to be lightweight, go on really fast, and dry fast too. Gels tend to tend to be a little bit lighter in formulation as well. But some gels I found in my experience have been a little bit sticky. So you'll see they're not as popular as some of the other formulas out there. But some of them can spread easily. And because of the lightweight formula, they'll dry fast too. Then there's an aerosol spray, so you get a self-tanner that comes in a can. Aerosol sprays tend to have a little bit more alcohol content so that they can shoot through the actual nozzle. And they are great. They're easy to use. But they can get everywhere. So make sure you do it in an area like the bathroom or outside where it's nice and ventilated, but make sure you don't get the spray on your grout, especially if you have white grout, because that can be a pain in the butt. And put a towel down on the floor. That way you don't slip on it either. But aerosols are pretty easy. I tend to use them up on my upper body, especially if I just want a bit of color really fast, and I'll put that on that way and run out the door. And then of course there is a spray tan application. A spray tan is usually done at a spa or a salon where someone will either give you a spray tan or you'll get into a spray tanning booth. Those tend to be obviously a little bit more expensive than buying self-tanner, but those tend to have an even application, as well as they will have a higher concentration as well of alcohol in them as well to be able to shoot through either the nozzle or the handheld apparatus. But in that instance, spray tans, you can usually get your back really easily. So each of the different types of formulas of self-tan are great. I think they each have their own pluses and benefits, and then, you know, some of their drawbacks. But I suggest that if you find a self-tanner, whether it's a lotion or a mousse, that works for you, that's the best option, regardless of what your friends do or say or think. So find something that works for you. So that's it for this week. Sally, I hope I answered your question. And if you want to say yours is the best, then go for it. Spray tanning it is. So if you have any other questions, I'd love to hear from you. You can always email me at thequeen@selftanningqueen.com. So once again, thequeen@selftanningqueen.com. Thanks so much. See you guys next week, and happy glowing.